Hi, today we'll be making stuffed chicken breasts. So to begin, we're going to spray our sheet pan with some spray, that way it doesn't stick when it's in the oven. Now, you're going to want to add onion powder and garlic powder to your mixture of provolone cheese and spinach. And then just mix that all together. And you want to do this first, that way you're not cross-contaminating anything once you touch the chicken breast. So now, if you take your chicken breast, which has been trimmed up so it's nice and pretty, we're just going to take a nice slit. We're going to make a nice slit in there, but don't cut all the way through, just about halfway so it makes a little pocket just like this. Do it with this one as well. Just a nice pocket. Now we're going to take our brush and then just brush the chicken breast with some olive oil. Do that on both sides. Side. Take our salt and pepper and gently coat both sides with that. That way it has some more flavor when it's done cooking. Some dried herbs. This is just some more Italian seasoning, just to help with the overall flavor. And some paprika just for some added color on the chicken. Now we can go ahead and add our spinach and provolone cheese mixture. And you want to press that gently in there. And once you feel that you have enough in there, we're going to take a toothpick and put that right through the middle, just so it holds everything together. You may need two. Once you have all that together, we're going to go ahead and place this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes or until the internal temperature is 165. So it's important to remember that when cooking chicken, in the recipe, 30 minutes is more of a guideline, so just make sure that you're keeping an eye on it. So I put a timer for about 15 minutes. I'll go back and check, and then from there, you should be able to tell if it needs maybe 5 or 10 more minutes or so. But now that we're done with that, we can move all of this to the side, and we're going to go ahead and make the rest of our dish. And that consists of some couscous as well as asparagus. So first, we're going to want to turn on our stove and add some water to that. This is about 2 cups of water for 1 cup of couscous. So we want the water to reach a rolling boil first. And once that reaches a rolling boil, we'll add our couscous. And then for our asparagus, we're going to gently pour some olive oil on top of this. And sprinkle some salt and pepper. You want to make sure that these are all laid out on the flat sheet pan, not covering each other. That way they cook evenly. Now, you're going to want to add or put the asparagus in the oven about 5 minutes before your chicken is done. That way everything finishes at the same time. So now that our water is boiling for the couscous, we'll add 1 cup of couscous in here. And then just about 1 tablespoon of butter. We'll give that a stir. And in about 15 minutes, that should be ready for us. So we'll leave that covered. And when you do this, make sure that you put your temperature down to about a simmer, maybe like a medium low. So now, it seems our couscous is done. So we're going to turn off the heat, give that a stir so it's nice and fluffy. And we'll let that keep warm on the stove. But now we're going to add our asparagus into the oven so that way it finishes at the same time with the stuffed chicken breast, which is about 5 minutes or so. And then in the meantime, we'll clean up and get ready to plate our food. And now we're going to bring out our chicken breast and asparagus. First, we want to make sure that our chicken is cooked to 165. So we have our thermometer here to ensure that it's cooked properly. And you want to make sure when you're putting the probe inside, it's right in the thickest part, right in the middle. And we're at 167, so we're perfect there. It's still nice and moist. So now that we have perfectly cooked chicken, we'll leave that right there and we'll grab our asparagus. So now, first we're going to plate our couscous. Give about a nice sized portion. We're going to take the toothpicks out of our stuffed chicken breasts. And we're going to lay that right on top of the couscous. And we'll take some asparagus. And there you have it, stuffed chicken breast served with some couscous and grilled asparagus.